Hello, hello, hello. What is up, you guys? It is your girl, Sarah B, coming to you guys live. And I wanted to come and talk to you guys about something because I think it's really important that it's going to help a lot of people, especially if you are building an online social media business. I don't care what business you're doing, but I hope this is going to be a message for you. I think there's a lot of people who carry a lot of shame, embarrassment, worry, fear, self-doubt when it comes to sharing their opportunity. And what's funny is I used to also be afraid of sharing my opportunity. And there were times where I really struggled with sharing my opportunity or sharing my products. And I knew from the bottom of my heart that I was doing something different that a lot of people were not going to be okay with. I knew a lot of people were going to see it as a pyramid scheme, as a scam. A lot of people were going to see it as a sales pitch, all of these things. And I used to carry this weight on my shoulders, right? That made me feel really weird and really awkward when I was sharing my business and my opportunity. But I wanted to share this with you guys because I think it's really important. Stop sitting on your opportunity and not sharing it with the world and letting other people know what you have to offer. And the reason I'm sharing this with you guys is because, I've been on social media for 10 years or more, probably more. And I'm going through my feed and I'm like scrolling through things, right? And I'm realizing that so many people are making money online. So I'm scrolling through this group and they're all content creators. It's a content creator group. And someone just posted, I'm making $500 from just making content on social media. And I'm like, that's freaking amazing. That there is an opportunity that everybody carries, which is the opportunity to say yes, to try something that seems scary, to try something new, to try something you've never done before. So I'm over here going through some of my social media feed, like on Instagram. And this one guy said, I made $115,000 making content off of social media in the past 30 days. And I'm like, that's life-changing money, right? And a lot of people are on social media realizing that they can create content and make a little extra cash. So I got a little curious and I was like, hold up. I have content creator app. I have the feature for that. I also have TikTok. I can make money off of that too. I have my side business with my Turn On is my primary, and have my side hustle businesses, which is content creation. I do my own coaching classes, which we're launching the new next Monday mindset call here this Saturday with my girl Nicole, and it's an inner circle thing. So if you guys want in on that, let me know. But so as I'm going through and I'm checking my TikTok, I'm checking my Facebook, and I'm realizing that for every story that I post, I'm making about 0.62 cents for every story that I'm posting. And I'm just sitting there realizing that I've been doing this for 10 years and I'm making little pockets of cash in different areas of my business and different areas of my life. And I'm telling you this because it's so important to see that there's so many times where we sit on our hands and we're so afraid to talk about something because we're worried about what other people are going to say or going to think. But if I didn't show up online, if I didn't make the post, if I didn't create the content, if I didn't get over my fear or my self-doubt, that extra money would not be in those creator accounts. I wouldn't have that extra money fund going on into TikTok, just doing TikTok. I wouldn't have the extra money funds that go into my Facebook. And all those extra funds, they're going to my children, my family. The $250 extra that I could be making to buy groceries. And too many times we let other people's opinions make us pay and suffer for our future. And one day I realized that these people are not going to pay my bills. these people are not going to make my dream happen because I'm too scared or too worried about what other people are going to think or say about me. So I kind of got into this place where I was like in my bubble. I was shy. I was like embarrassed. I had low confidence. I didn't know whether or not this was going to work or not. But something inside me said, well, you know, I'm not really trying to make this work right now. I'm trying to make this work to build this big vision, this big future, right? So I said to myself, and I had to realize that I'm not going to be great at something right away, and that's okay. And I had to accept that. Like, it's going to be messy. It's going to be crazy. I don't know what I'm doing, but that's okay. And then as the years get by, I start to realize, well, this is not about knowing everything. This is not about getting it all right. This was not about being perfect. This was not any of those things. It was just about putting 1% of myself into something every single day. And it was like little tricklets of water, eventually filling up a giant bucket, realizing that I learned a new skill set. And next thing I know, I'm like, oh, okay, it's so much easier to talk about my business. It's so much easier to talk about my confidence, right? But there were times where people will come in and move my bucket. So it took a lot harder for me to fill up that bucket. And eventually I kind of just, instead of trying to move my bucket out of the way because all these people, you know, had opinions and self-doubts and all these other things about what I had to say, I left my bucket there and I said, well, you have two choices. You can either pour into my bucket and support my growth, or you can just leave and figure out what you're going to do with your life. But I'm not moving my bucket. It's right here, and you have those two choices. I'm not giving you another. So fast forward through the years, one skill set at a time, I continue to focus and just say, you know what, I'm going to get really great at posting. So I focused on posting. I get really great at doing stories. So eventually I got really good at stories. But none of this happened overnight. Now I want to share this last thing. How many of you guys know Cardi B? Cardi B, baby. Drop a Cardi B in the comments or anything that she says, right? Because we all know Cardi B has her moments. So I'm scrolling through, here's another example. I'm scrolling through social media, right? And I see Cardi B, a multi-millionaire, baby. She's making bank left and right. And you know what she does? She posts on social media and she's like, guys, I got baby diapers to buy. She's like, go buy my CD. She's like, guys, she goes into Hollywood and she goes to the streets of Hollywood and she has like this blanket and all her CDs and she's passing them out and signing to people. She's like, hey y'all, go buy my CD. And she's just hyping it up and she's excited. It doesn't matter to her whether she's got millions of dollars or no millions of dollars. She didn't care whether she looked like she's just selling her low-cost CD on the side of Hollywood Street or that she was a successful artist in the music industry. She didn't let other people's opinions stop her from promoting her business. One way or another, she went out there and she told the world. So I'm just coming because I know that we have those two options. And so do you guys. You can either grab your bucket and keep pouring into it little bit at a time. You know, one post, one story, one this, one that. And you just kind of like continue to put a dot, right? And eventually it won't be dots of little tricklets of water anymore. You'll be pouring cups. And then people will start to pour in your bucket for you. And that baby's going to fill up a lot faster than you thought because you started to realize that every little step, every single little pour is just going to get you closer to where you want to go. And yes, it's scary. Yes, it can be daunting. But this is where you need to get loud and you need to get proud because everyone is promoting something out there. One way or another. If you go through social media, someone's promoting themselves. They're trying to sell a blanket. They're trying to sell a sippy cup. They're trying to sell a pacifier. They're trying to sell, what else? Shirts, hats, workout equipment, right? Their brand. Everyone out there is making something, some sort of sale to make a profit, to live their dream life. And they're not letting anybody stand in their way, including themselves. So I just wanted to drop this in here because I really want to encourage some of you guys to get loud and get proud. You have nothing to be ashamed of. Go out there, chase your dream. Continue to pour into your bucket, and don't let other or nobody stand in your way. Lean on people who are also doing the same thing, and they will guide you. They will guide you the right way. All right, love you guys. Thanks so much for watching. You can catch the replay. Bye, everybody.